Have you ever had a great idea? And that great idea was so great that you stopped yourself from doing that idea, or you just thought that it wasn't that great of an idea, so you never did it. These ideas that we have, these thoughts that we have, sometimes we overthink. I overthink. And I just say this: whenever you have that thought, whenever you have the idea, and that idea might not be so great to somebody else, but it was great to you. You gotta be different. You gotta do things different. Don't follow what everybody else is doing. Be yourself. Be you. So you gotta stop using excuses and get straight to it. What you waiting for? Get up. Say what you said you was gonna do. Stop fighting yourself. Get up. Be strong. Discipline yourself. Let's go. Get to work. Anyway, check out this haircut. Fanatic.
What's going on? It's Manny, aka Fanatics, and in this video, I'll be demonstrating how I do a fade. So as you see, my clipper is all the way closed, so I can set in my initial guideline. I like using my clippers than I do using my trimmers. Just find it a little easier to blend out that bottom line. Now as you can see, I got the clipper all the way open, no guard. Setting it in at least a finger's width. And now I have the number 1 guard all the way open to set in my next guideline. Now I don't want to, with this particular haircut, I don't want to go all the way up. My client is trying to grow parts of his hair out, so I don't want to dig into the hairs up top or on the sides. So I'm trying to keep it as low as possible, or underneath all the bulk. Now, as you can see, I got the 1.5 all the way open. With that 1.5 all the way open, as I reach the bulk up top, I am not digging into it, but I'm flicking out. As you can see, I'm working my way to the back of the head, continuing to flick out using that C motion. Just taking my time, one section at a time. You see I'm doing a little bit of lever play, just working the corners of that blade. And so I have the half guard halfway, and I'm flicking at that line. Just using the corner of that blade little by little. Now, the half guard halfway depends on the hair. Sometimes it takes away that line, sometimes it doesn't. It might leave a faint line. So after I go through it, just to soften up that line, I close it all the way and just go through that line to be able to take it all the way out. Again, just working the corners of the blade, one section at a time. Now as you see, I have no guard, clippers halfway. I'm doing the same thing, going through that line just to soften up that bottom line. As you can see, I switched clippers. With this clipper, I have a taper blade, and with the other clipper, I was using the Echo Vapor blade from the Jeezy clipper. I like to use a vapor blade when I set in my guidelines, and as I work my way down the very last line, I like to use a taper blade. I just feel like it blends a lot better. So as you can see, I'm just working the blade, corner of the blade. I have the blade halfway, just working through that bottom line, and then I will close the clipper all the way, and it should be able to remove that bottom line. So now you see I'm fading the beard. I'm going in clipper no guard, creating my guideline, fingers width, and I'm going in with the number 1 all the way open, fingers width, and I'll be going to clean up with a 1.5 all the way open, fingers width. And I'm going in with a half guard halfway, just working that line out, and I'll close it all the way to work the rest of that line out, and now you see I have the clipper with no guard halfway to work out to soften up that top line, and you'll see that I will close it to remove that last line. So I know to some barbers, especially if you're new, that blending the beard can be a bit of a challenge depending on the thickness of the beard. I remember when I was learning how to cut hair in general, I would always compress my fades, especially the beards, but I've learned to just, if you just open up the guidelines a bit more and give yourself some fading room, everything should just fall in place. The thickness of the beard, sometimes I will have a tough time taking away the line, the very last line on the very top of the beard, but I learned that there's certain tricks that you can use with the trimmers and also use the shaver. But over time, it'll come to, and it'll be a lot easier for you to understand how to take that very top line, and everything should just fall in place. Now here you see I'm lining up with the trimmers. You see I did the vertical bars. Now I'm on the C-cup area. Now in the lineup, I like to take my time. On the lineup, I like to get the most crispiest line I can possible with the trimmers. And every lineup is a pushback, but just a little bit. And now you see that I'm following up with the razor. With the razor, you get a much more cleaner look than what you will with the trimmers. And it makes it that much sharper, and it makes the fade pop even better, even more. And depending how experienced you are with the razor, I don't like to rush on the razor. I like to take my time. I go over multiple times just to get that line as crispy as possible. I also don't like to rush. I don't want to nick my client. After the razor, you'll see I'll be using a foil shaver to clean up under the beard in the cheek area. And this will be the overall cut, your low fade with beard. I definitely enjoy this haircut. I'm new to making videos, so I'm slowly getting used to it, but I'm loving it. I love being a barber. I've been a barber for almost 17 years, and I enjoy what I do. And to be in this position, I've been cutting for so long, to see myself in the barbershop is definitely a blessing. And I thank it all to God and everybody that I'm surrounded by. I hope you enjoyed this video again. I'll see you in the next one. It's Fadenatics.